Hi, I'm here at a march being held in honor of murdered and missing Indigenous women, girls, Two-Spirit, and trans people, of whom more than 4,000 have been reported murdered or missing over the last 30 years. We began at Cabot Square, where speakers shared some stories of relatives of theirs who had been lost or murdered.
Our cousin Wabkinyu got elected as the First Nations Premier of Manitoba. So big congratulations going out to him. But as we talk about reconciliation, I encourage our allies, our non-Indigenous allies, to walk along with us, because it's just so necessary, because how else are we going to talk about truth and reconciliation? But our allies, you also need to be open and welcome criticism or thoughts, or you need to be able to share our pain. You know, I may look like I'm put together pretty well, but deep down I'm really hurting. And it's not just what happened to me in my own life, but also what happened to my mother, what happened to my grandparents, and what happened to all my fellow Indigenous people. I feel that. And so anyway, so thank you, allies, for coming out, and thank you to everyone for being here and for sharing in the pain. So, and the love, especially love, so important. My name is Sarah. I am Inuk from Nunavut, Nunavut. I've been involved in the Montreal Indigenous community for the last 6 years or so. I worked a lot in the community, especially those that are experiencing homelessness. And you'll hear more from me throughout the evening. So now I'm gonna let Delbert do the opening. Thank you, Elder Delbert.
I say wake, I say kuksham kwa kukbi. Kuksham kuka, kukwait ukda, gani haga na algonquins. Say kuksham cooker slash kuksham cooker gas. When I say kwakwanta kuka tlakas yam the kalmuks or stramamal. So I'm asking the Creator to have pity on many of our relatives that are missing from our lives, and our loved ones. And some of us have been in grieving for a long time, wondering where our children are, where our family members are. So we want to say a prayer for those families. It's been a long time. We've been waiting, trying to find out what's been happening. I want to ask the Creator to help this along and give many blessings to those ones that are having a hard time, but also to bring them back. Now, as the Creator, we say kwakwanta kuka or stramamal when we say we have pity, because some of them are our children. We want to ask the Creator that they're able to make it back to their families. Ask the Creator to help us, some of us, in our grieving process, that we're going to be okay. Ask the Creator to help those, wherever they might be. We're thinking about our youth now, that how we want things to be for them, for all of our children today. We want to ask the Creator to help all, we say all those Kalmuks, all those Kwakwantukuk, Kwakwait, Kwasalstans, all of our relatives that are out there that might be having difficulties at this time. I know there's prayers all across Turtle Island today. We want to ask the Creator to give blessings to those, that they don't go into whatever might be happening, whatever might be causing all these things to happen, that we don't know what it is. Some of us might know some of it, but some of the things that are happening with our daughters in these cities. We want to ask the Creator to watch over the next ones that are coming behind, that we want them to be okay. We want everyone to be okay. And so we're asking the Creator for blessings for that time, but also to help those that might be still in distress, or might be still dealing with some stress, or ask Creator to watch over them, help them in their life. It's very hard for the parents. Some of them are tired, and it's taking a lot of their energy. So we ask Creator to watch over them and bless them. The ones that couldn't be here today for this prayer, because everything we do is that prayer. Just walking is going to be that prayer for them. So when we all come together like this, it makes that prayer a lot stronger. And we're all together. Maybe something will come out of this, and we're really hoping that something will come out of this. This is our traditional ways. We always have that hope. We carry that hope that something will turn up, something will come about. So we say, Kukshan. So we thank those ones that have been by our sides. Thank those ones that are still praying for us. The many ceremonies that we have. When we're in all these ceremonies, we're always thinking about our relatives like this. So we ask the Creator to watch over and bless them. So we give thanks for our grandpa that was here today, that big drum. When that big drum, that's a healing that helps people in their healing as well. Just listen to that big drum. Our grandpa's trying to help all to be comforted and to be okay. So we want to give thanks for that, for all these ways that we have in our ceremonies to pray for today. So we say Kukshan, all my relations. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me, Iskweu, for this vigil tonight. It's very important to me. I come to these marches for a long time now. My name is Irene Kavavalt from Arctic Bay, Nunavut, originally born there. Yeah, this is my first time talking. This is very important to me because my mom, Leah Kavavalt, was murdered back in 2005 by my brother, and so this is very personal to me. I testified at the National Inquiry back in 2018. These events are really important to be heard, and for a couple of years I've been declining to speak because it's way too personal. I've been working at the Native Women's Shelter for 19 years now, giving back to the community because I know what it's like to be Indigenous, and and making it through the tough times. Coming to the South is a huge reality when you come from a small community, and adapting to life in the South is way harder than people think. Yeah. What people in your work, like what people need to help? You're doing great. She's doing great! For sure, we need to still continue these walks and to be heard and to have actions from the government, and yeah, we really need to be heard. It's not easy. Yeah. Thank you, Kuyanami.
Thank you, Irene. Yeah, Irene is a powerhouse, guys. Her energy and her love is just so great, and she raised something like really important. Like, we need the governments to listen, but not only listen, but fund. We need more funding. We need our healing opportunities and our healing programs to continue being funded. And it's disgusting how little funding goes into actual meaningful actions that could help us grow and heal. And I'm just gonna keep saying healing because that is something we just need, and a lot of us are on healing journeys. Some of us fortunately are further along, and some of us are not ready yet. So Irene, thank you so much for taking the time and to sharing with us, because we often, intervention workers or outreach workers, often we forget that there are people who also have pain. So thank you for opening that and showing us that you're not just an interventionist. So now, j'inviterai à la très belle Stéphanie de venir.
Tout le monde, je vais faire un petit témoignage en français. Je m'appelle Stéphanie Héroux-Brazo, je suis Anishinaabe du Lac-Simon. Si vous connaissez un peu l'histoire de toutes les femmes autochtones portées disparues ou assassinées, vous savez que ça a commencé à Val-d'Or. C'était des membres de ma famille qui ont pris le courage de dénoncer. Puis même encore aujourd'hui, on ne peut toujours pas se fier qu'il y a des actions qui ont été faites par rapport à ça. Moi, quand j'étais jeune, j'ai grandi dans les premières années de ma vie, j'étais dans le bois avec ma famille. Les animaux, j'avais accès à mes cousins, cousines. Puis moi, ma grande sœur et mon petit frère, on s'est fait placer en famille d'accueil ici à Montréal. Je me rappelle avoir été déconnectée de plusieurs de mes cousins et cousines. Quand je suis sortie du système à 18 ans, j'ai voulu vraiment reconnecter avec mon identité Anishinaabe qui m'avait été complètement enlevée. J'ai reconnecté avec une de mes cousines. Malheureusement, j'ai pas pu reconnecter avec une de mes cousines, Jenny, parce qu'elle s'est faite assassiner en 2002. Puis je la sens toujours parmi moi, parce que je sens sa force. Puis je prie tout le temps à elle pour qu'elle me donne la force de continuer, parce que c'est vraiment pas facile de vivre avec tous les traumas, d'avoir été déconnectée, de ne pas avoir retrouvé ma cousine parce que le gouvernement s'en fout, qu'elle n'ait jamais eu justice. Fait que, en son honneur, aujourd'hui, j'aimerais vraiment qu'on prenne juste un petit moment pour penser à elle. Elle a été assassinée il y a plusieurs années, en 2002, Jenny Pukashish. Puis j'aimerais ça danser pour vous, puis pour elle aussi, pour honorer son esprit. Parce que je connais ses grands frères, ses grandes sœurs, puis c'est des personnes queer, c'est des personnes two-spirit, c'est des personnes qui ont tellement de force. Puis je pense que c'est ça aussi que je veux. Tu sais, je veux pas juste qu'on voit notre douleur, je veux qu'on voit notre résilience, comme à quel point qu'on est fort, on se lève, on vient, on parle, on dénonce. Ça suffit. Donc, je vous invite à... Vous avez le droit de filmer, puis si vous ressentez des choses pendant que je danse, c'est de la médecine, c'est moi qui vous offre cette médecine-là. Puis ayez une pensée pour Jenny, parce que c'est à elle vraiment que c'est sa danse.
wa maudis unani fana hake win kakahi shipi matis yamna kishkan ki kutajwen kichimane ke kun ke gudaban kawin kunani shaki chamini wan kawin dishkutasi Nikigin wa maudis unani fana hake win kakahi shipi matis yamna kishkan ki kutajwen kichimane ke kun ke gudaban kawin kunani shaki chamini wan kawin dishkutasi Shaka got Danny Dot chick or Zombie. Hot bitch got Chag is it jig beaches. Hey, God, get cool in my bed, Linda, man, Hanish, no go, my Johnny's it done. Hey, God, get cool in my bed, Linda, man, Hanish, no go, my Johnny's it done. Kicking warm out these, when I nip on a hake win, Kakahi, she be my these, Yanakish can be good. Kichimane get couldn't get up and cowing when any shaki jumping away and cowing it is what I see. Nikigin wa maudis when I nip on a hake win, Kakahi, she be my these, Yanakish can be good. Kichimane get couldn't get up and cowing when any shaki jumping away and cowing it is what I see.
Bravo!
More than 4 years have passed since the final report of the National Inquiry into Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls has been released. Only 2 of the calls have been completed, and organizers are saying it is desperately needed to finish the rest.
No more stolen sisters!
No more stolen sisters!
I want to hear you so loud that I'm moving because of you guys. Now scream! No more stolen sisters!
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 Now scream!
atmosphere here is electric. They have loud music blaring. We're going down a long stretch of St. Catherine Street with a police escort. Some of the chants are "No more stolen sisters," "No pride in genocide."
Remember me, when the sun comes up in the morning sky. There I will be, soaring with the eagle so high, feeling free. Remember me, down the road, hand in hand, you and me.
Sorry, this song makes me cry, so I'm going to take a moment.
Wishing and hoping you're okay now. I'm missing you now. I'm never not down my own. It's all my digital life. Don't know I'm the corner of it.
Year went by and nothing hasn't happened, but a lot has happened here with the people who are on the streets working with our sisters and our brothers who are displaced, who are homeless, who are addicted, who are fleeing violence from their communities. And let me tell you, the urban setting is the only place where there's violence. Our Mohawk reserves are becoming places of violence. And it doesn't always show, but when it shows, then it enrages the population. But we're all feeling like those kids in residential school, helpless. We see our peers getting hurt. We're getting hurt. We're telling, we're being hurt, and nothing's being done. I get like that. I'm starting to come through my healing journey that's been 8 years now. And I testified in 2018, and I testified about the circumstances of my sister's, her sudden missing during the night, and then us finding her body 7 weeks later. I'm able to talk about it more, and tonight gave me a gift to be with you. I don't feel angry. I don't feel sad. My voice is coming back. For those of you who have been to the McCord Museum and went to the Indigenous Voices and saw the red dress as you enter into that exhibition, that dress I wore, I made it piece by piece. I adorned it with beads, with flowers, with vines. I want to show that we're still alive. We're not all dead. You know, they're gonna keep trying. You know, my original upbringing is that the women are the life givers, that women are the stewards of the land, that women move with the waters because of the moon that sits over all of us. Whether she's out tonight or she'll be here in a couple of days, she's always there. And so that's what I'm going to carry away tonight, is that all you decided to come here today. Your job didn't tell you to come here. You know, you're not looking for votes, you're not looking for likes. You care enough to take time out of your evening. And we were blessed with a beautiful evening to be together. And that gives the other families the hope that they're not alone. I seem to be alone. Are there any Mohawks in the house? Yeah, there you are. But you know, it's strange because I testified about growing up Mohawk and what I thought that was, that you know, you just did what you had to do for your family, you never questioned anything. And so I followed that path, but then the violence comes. And I testified, and one thing I testified was, I remember saying that violence, it's everywhere we go, it's everywhere we gather, and it's even where we were conceived. And so if we think about that, that is the enemy, that we have become so used to violence. They took us out of our extended families, they took us out of our longhouses, they took us away from our way of life, and they put us in these single unit houses, and they told us, go to work and mind your own business. And so I think when I think about how are we gonna give violence, you know, a good fight, and I think that's breaking the silence. We have to say when there's violence at work. It's real hard to prove because everyone's sworn to secrecy. And so what I do know about having a background in human resources is that when we're hurt at work, the place where we go to share our gifts and to give to others, when we're hurt there by the attitudes and behaviors and actions of others, that bullying and that harassment is real, but it's real hard to really expose, because who can afford to leave their job, really? In a time where people are struggling right now to put food on the table, gas in the car, and maybe a night out with the family, these are difficult times. And so it was kind of like, we're in this big international city now, in the Belle Province, not the nation of Quebec. They call themselves the Belle Province, so let's keep reminding them. And we have Waskaganish, and I'm so proud because Winnipeg is where they began my healing over there, so I'm always attached to Winnipeg and the families there that I sat with in circles. And so there's going to be Indigenous presentation at the Premier's tables now. They can't leave us out! So I challenge anybody else in the regions and provinces in Turtle Island, if you got what it takes, do what Waskaganish did. He changed his upbringing and his path, and he healed it. And you can see it when he's holding his children at the podium. That's what we want for you. As a grandmother, that's what I want for my grandchildren and your grandchildren too, that we're proud of who we are. But we share that pride because we know everybody else too. And so we're building a family. You know, when I think of Montreal and I think of the workers on the front lines and the issues with homelessness and the government just meeting and meeting and meeting and meeting and nothing's getting done, well, I used to sit there and feel helpless. And that's not what we need to do. We are powerful, we are resilient. I'm not gonna cry. I'll tell you though, if you get sad because something triggers you and you feel compassion for another, we were made to cry. That's the bad water that needs to come out of us. And crying didn't kill me yet, and it won't silence me now. So bless every one of you. Thank you, Delbert, for the sweetgrass. Thanks to the drummers and Stephanie, I believe, who danced for us, or is that the MC? It's just an honor to be here on one of the last nights before the season really begins to change, and we start to think of our homeless who are thinking about where they will rest their heads. So we can't ever forget. And all the people on St. Catherine who were sitting and enjoying their evening, that's awareness. They were taking videos of us. They were chanting with us, and that's powerful. So we need to stay out there and keep our feet close to the ground, even if there's cement there, because we belong everywhere. We know where we come from. We're not going nowhere.
5-year-old cousin was killed by another one of our cousins. And you know, we can talk about all the violence, and But we also have to remember that the violence comes from somewhere and the anger comes from somewhere, and that's everything that we've gone through, everything that the generations before us have gone through. And so I really, really, even to the people who dislike me or that I may dislike, because let's face it, I am only human, I wish them peace, and I wish you peace. So I'm going to take just a quick moment to name some people that I've lost in my life to violence. And these are just but a few. Luisa, Inusik, Haunak, Atito, another Luisa, it's too much. But these are just a few of the people in my life, and every single Indigenous person that you know can name more than just a few people that they lost to violence. And so we appreciate these marches because we need to come together, and we need to remember that we can do something. We can do something. We can speak and we can be heard, and we want to be heard. And so just scream with me, because I am not going anywhere. And whether you want to listen or not, I will continue speaking and existing. And darn it, you will love me. Or hate me, I don't care.
My name is Angela Ottreyes. I'm Cree from Waskaganish.
You're allowed. You're totally allowed to cry. You're not alone.
I've known 3 people who were taken from us. 2 in my family, 2 in my community, and 1 is very, very recent. Stephanie Kitchen, she left behind her beautiful babies. Two of my family members passed away. They were murdered. Tara Jolly, daughter of Beverly Jolly and the late Timmy Diamond, 16 years old, from my hometown of Waskaganish. Her mom, Beverly, is my first cousin. She left behind her mom and 2 sisters. She was a loving daughter, sister, granddaughter, niece, cousin, and friend. Her body was found shoved under a hole in a trailer home on March 9th, after being reported missing on February 28th. Her body was under that hole for nine days before she was found. She would have turned 17 on March 4, but instead of celebrating her birthday, her body was flown to Montreal for an autopsy. My other cousin's daughter was Roseanne Blacknett from Nemuska. She was a mom of 2. Her body was found frozen, curled up in a fetal position, her hands covering her face. Her body was under a few centimeters of snow outside in Val-d'Or on November 16, 1991. She was 24 years old. Her mom, Bessie, is my first cousin. On November 6, 1991, she was drinking with 6 people after the bar closed. There was an argument that escalated to violence. She suffered injuries to her head, collarbone, fractured rib, and swelling to her face. She was beaten on November 6, and her body was found on November 16. 10 days she was under the snow. Nobody was ever charged for her death. The women who beat her up, they walk around freely in my community. They get to spend their time with their children. A simple joy they robbed Roseanne of. I want to say to these women, you matter, you are not forgotten, you are loved, and we will never stop fighting to bring awareness to this cause, and we will not stop till there is justice. I just wanted to say to end that I, as an Indigenous woman, am 12 times more likely to be murdered or missing. A number that is higher, even higher in the North. I worry every day for my daughters. I worry they will go missing. I worry they will get sexually assaulted, raped, or even murdered. I shouldn't have to worry like that every day. So I'm gonna finish this by saying, if I ever go missing, I didn't go freely. I love my children too much to leave them. If I ever go missing, find me. Find my body and give my children peace.